Hey everyone, it's Nima and welcome to the channel. In this video, we will dive into the world of sour cream. We will be talking about what sour cream exactly is, how it's made, a little about history of it, how to properly keep and store it, and lastly, how to use it. So without further ado, let's get into it. What is sour cream? So as you can guess, sour cream has something to do with cream. And you are right. Sour cream is basically fermented cream. It goes through a fermentation process, which later on in the video I will explain it more deeply for you so you can understand what sour cream goes through exactly, what cream goes through exactly that gives us sour cream. And if you have ever made sour cream at home, you might notice that the texture or the consistency of your sour cream is off. It's a lot thinner. And that's completely fine. That is because store-bought sour cream, or the sour cream that companies make for us, they add a lot of different thickeners into the sour cream to just make it thicker basically. But the sour cream that you make at home, you obviously don't add any thickeners to it, so it's a little thinner. But it's completely fine, it's okay, it's good sour cream. The texture and mouthfeel of sour cream is a lot like Greek yogurt, I would say, just like plain Greek yogurt. But because it has a higher fat content than Greek yogurt, it has a richer mouthfeel to it. And for those of you who have not tried sour cream yet, I would say the sourness does not really bother you, especially when you use it in recipes that have a lot of different ingredients. It's not that overpowering. If you just take like a spoonful of sour cream, that's a different story. You can feel the sourness, especially when let's say you just take the first spoonful and you breathe it in, because everything is connected inside, like our nose, our palate, our throat, everything is connected, and you breathe it in, you can actually breathe the sourness a little bit, but it's not that overpowering still. How is sour cream made? So sour cream is made in a bacterial fermentation process. Whenever you have bacterial fermentation, you need three things. You need bacteria, you need food for that bacteria, and you need the byproduct that the bacteria will basically produce after eating the food. So in this case, we have the bacteria, which is available in the cream. We have the sugar in the cream, which is lactose. And then we have the byproduct, which when the bacteria eats the lactose, it will produce lactic acid as byproduct. And because the pH in lactic acid is 3.5, it's pretty acidic, that's why your sour cream will become thicker after it ferments. Why? Because of the high acid content in your sour cream, the proteins in the cream will actually tighten up and connect together, and that's why your sour cream will be thicker than the actual cream. And the reason why it has that like tangy flavor is again because of the lactic acid. It has a low pH and it's acidic, and you can feel that acidity whenever you eat it. The history of sour cream goes back about 4,000 years in Eastern Europe. What they did, they simply didn't do anything. So they just had the cream in a bowl or something, and then it was sitting down there for a long time, which all the bacteria ate the sugar, ate the lactose, and then it produced lactic acid, and then they had sour cream. But nowadays, if you want to make sour cream at home, you don't have to wait that long. They didn't know the process, they didn't know the science back then. But nowadays, if you want to make sour cream at home, I would say you should, because it's a very simple process. You would only need heavy cream, white vinegar, and a clean jar. And the way to do it is pair every 1 cup of heavy cream, you will need half a teaspoon of white vinegar. Just add these two together, stir it up, put it in room temperature, and let it sit for 24 hours. After that, after 24 hours, go and check on it. It should be separated, and that is completely fine. Just stir it a little bit so you have the same consistency all over the jar, and place it in the fridge. But you have to keep this in mind, that your sour cream that you made at home has no preservatives. So you should use it in, I would say, less than 5 days to be safe. Because the store-bought sour cream that you buy has a lot of preservatives in it, and that's why you can keep it for much longer. How to use sour cream? So sour cream is used in a lot of different ways. In my opinion, it's a very good palate cleanser. If you have many different dishes on your table and you want to try each of them and understand all the flavors and aromas and everything, between you switch your plate, I would say just take half a teaspoon of sour cream. Because it has a very high fat content and mouthfeel, all the flavors in your mouth will be gone, and you will understand your next dish and all the flavors and all the aromas a lot better. But a lot of people use it on top of like I would say soups. It's used as a garnish. You can use it as a dip. It's used on top of like potatoes, roasted potatoes, baked potatoes. It's used in Mexican cuisine, in Russian cuisine, like beef stroganoff, tacos, nachos, quesadillas, all that stuff. But what you need to keep in mind is that whenever you use sour cream in, let's say, like soups or sauces or stews like that, you need to add it in the very last part of the cooking process. Because sour cream, when you apply a lot of heat to it, it will split. And there is not an easy way to like make it back together, you know what I mean? So whenever you're using sour cream in soups, stews, any hot stuff, just add it at the very end so it does not split. If you have learned something watching this video so far, please hit that like button down below so YouTube will show this video to more people who are interested in this topic. Thank you. Now you might have seen sour cream used in a lot of baking recipes. And you would say, well, Nima just told us don't use sour cream in high heat, but it's used in a lot of different baking recipes. Well, yes, that's a different story. Why? Because whenever we use sour cream in baking, we need the high fat content and a little bit of the flavor too. We need the high fat content because it prevents gluten formation in whatever you're making, and it's going to result in a tender and crumbly texture which is moist and not dry. Okay, so now that we know what sour cream is, how it's made, where it came from, and how we can use it, how should we keep and store it properly, which is very important. So sour cream has to be always in an airtight container in the refrigerator. If you buy store-bought sour cream, it obviously has a date on it, so make sure to pay attention on that date. And if you use sour cream at home, as I said, there is no preservatives in it, so the maximum time that you should keep it is 5 days. And if you want to keep it for longer than 5 days before you use it, make sure you smell it. If it's like very acidic, that means your sour cream is not good anymore. So if it's very acidic, if the color changes from white to, I would say, a little like yellow hue to it, just discard it. And lastly, if you're lactose intolerant or cooking for someone who is lactose intolerant, it's better to skip sour cream because it still contains some lactose in it, which might have some disadvantages for you. Alright, this is the end of the video. I hope you learned something spending time with me. And if you're interested in topics like this, please hit that like button down below so YouTube will show this video to more people. And subscribe to my YouTube channel so whenever I post a video, you will see it on your YouTube page. Thank you.